What up, YouTube? I am Tom Knight. This is Night Talks. And we're back with a reaction for you today. Bringing somebody back, group back. I ain't done in a long time. So I don't know what made them pop into my head, but the other day I was thinking about Fresh and Fit. I was like, yo, let me see what they're up to. I haven't checked out their content in a while. They had their whole little debacle last year with what I've been preach and all that. I haven't really discussed them since or even watched any of their content really, if you want me to be honest. So I decided to jump in and see what they're doing. So I checked out one of their clips, and this one's called 30-Year-Old Boss Babe Learned Her Time is Running Out. So, if y'all know who Fresh and Fit are, you know how they can be. So let's just see what these boys been into.
Weird things people do nowadays. Like, guys want new girls every single time. And unfortunately, right, at 30 years old, you can't compete with a 21-year-old. I'm sorry. You can go to the gym and you can push the clock back a bit. You can. Absolutely. You've done a good job of it. But you're never going to be able to compete with younger women. That's just the truth. I think a lot of women can't come to terms with this because we lie to women. Brandon's like, God damn, this is fucking brutal. Man. No, I'm just saying, bro. Like, here's the thing. Like, we tell women, like, no one cares when women say, I want a more experienced guy, makes more money, taller, dreamy, confident, ambitious.
I don't give a shit about being taller. He's literally like two inches taller than me. Like,
you don't give a shit about taller?
If you're 6 foot or not, I've never dated a guy that's 6 foot.
Never. So height has never been in a factor for you.
If he's shorter than me, I'll be honest. Yes,
so it is a factor.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
It still is a factor.
Yes. But you guys are always going for the 6 foot, like.
You guys.
Yeah. In general, women overwhelmingly want guys that are 6 feet. But what I'm trying to say, all I'm trying to say is that
they like 6'2".
Female standards, yeah. Female standards are never questioned. But when I tell women the cold hard truth about what men want, younger, firmer, tighter, fertile, not a hoe. Mm-hmm. Oh God, that's misogynistic.
I never said that.
Not you. But like when I said this, when I say these things in general, like women get very uncomfortable when I talk about men prefer youth and beauty, right? Especially like older women or whatever it may be. And you're not older, you're 30, but
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Did you used to interrogate people back in the day?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Those are probing, leading questions. You just made whatever good she said about her relationship, you twisted it from white to black.
Where I got you. Who are you? Get out of here.
Who hurt you?
I'm watching it.
Who hurt you? I need to know your story.
You're jaded.
Here's the thing. All I simply did was ask her a question and let her answer, and that's it. But the thing is I left the question somewhat open-ended so that she wouldn't rant on, because when I've come to realize from doing this show for a period of time, when you give women fairly open-ended questions, they ramble on about shit that don't matter. So we got to keep it concise on what the topic is.
Misogyny.
So you might look at it as probing. I look at it as getting a direct answer. You have to ask women typically yes or no questions.
Direct. You kind of like made her answer that way because her tone changed over time.
Because she was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't agree with that.
Because you're leading the conversation as the host, and you just made her answer in a certain way. She got.
Can I put a gun to her head and tell her you think your guy's gonna be monogamous to you? I just asked general questions and then she answered it and then I responded.
Look, I'm sure everyone cheats eventually in a relationship. Like, I have no doubt about that.
You shook your head real enthusiastic.
But right now, like, I'm in a very happy fucking relationship. Please don't ruin it for me.
Okay, well,
Please don't ruin it.
No,
and it's not like I need to be delusional. I don't want to be there. I'm just like in a good place right now with myself, with what I'm doing with my career. And I'm not having issues, and I don't want to, like, and it's not like I'm saying, oh, you're going to ruin my relationship. But he's been honest with me, and I'm sure if he sleeps with a woman, he'll be honest.
Am I probing her now?
No, but I'm just
now
saying.
You slowed down.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. Anyways, we're done.
Here's the thing. I'm just getting the truth out. I'm just asking thought-provoking questions that have her answer in a certain way based on, like, hey, yes, no, etc. So, hey, man.
But in reality, she can't give you the correct answer, because now she is in the moment and environment of the good relationship she has. So when you're asking her these questions, she can't answer to you that quickly. She got to sit and think about it for hours. What if he cheats? What I'm going to do? Because she loves him. They're good. So these questions can't be answered correctly when they're quick.
Because
they
requires
can.
Thinking that it can't is the issue that it requires thinking. Is that
like,
what
come on.
No, not thinking, like putting yourself in a situation. I don't think she can even close your eyes right now and picture like, oh, we're gonna break up tomorrow.
Because I'm probably connecting dots.
He's he's predicting the future for me, which, you know what?
I'm
might
connecting.
Be true.
Yeah, I mean.
But don't tell me that, oh, I need to stay in my relationship because I can have it. Like, this is as bad as it gets or whatever. Like,
I'm just telling you the most practical, that's the most practical advice I can give in your situation, because I know guys that are high earners are typically not monogamous. So, and the unfortunate reality, I'm just going off of probability statistics. There's not enough of these guys to go around.
I just feel like the comment of saying you should stay with him because you're gonna find other guys that are gonna do worse. Like, that's not the right thing.
Okay, tell me what I should say. What do you think the advice should be then? Let's say you do find some bitches titties in his phone. What do you think the best thing to do is?
Just be by yourself for a bit until you figure it out, and then you go find another cheater. But just like for the moment, don't be like, oh, you should stay in that relationship.
Okay, so sacrifice those years wasted. That relationship.
Yeah, I'm getting older. I'm getting saggier.
Exactly.
My skin's getting worse.
Yeah.
You're right. But I'm only 30, so I feel like I have 5 more years good for me.
25, yeah, 5 more years.
35, right?
No, he said at 25.
25, yeah, 5 more years.
Come on, you guys suck.
Here's the thing, man.
I was living in LA and already 25, they told me I was expired.
I mean
it's a competitive.
It's LA, man. So
I don't.
No, I get it.
I really don't care. So
and this is where we kind of get into. This is one of the things that like kind of sucks for women, is that like, your youth and your beauty determine your value to the general populace. Does that mean that you can't go to school and be educated? You absolutely can. But I think actually, and I was literally thinking about this really hard yesterday, the other day. Pause. I've come to realize that no matter how intelligent a woman is, no matter her accolades, her accomplishments, etc., she will always be boiled down to how does she look to a degree. And the thing that sucks is, let's say that she is super accomplished and smart and went to school and all this other stuff. She's always going to be boiled down to what she looks like, and people aren't going to take her seriously. However, let's say she's accomplished, but she's ugly. No one cares.
Yeah.
It sucks. You know what I mean? That women aren't really valued to a degree for what they, I guess, for their accomplishments. They're valued on their beauty. So all I'm saying when I tell women things is understand the reality. As you get older, your value goes down. Why not consolidate on the best guy you can while the chips are still up? The problem is that girls want to, bet against a casino, and guess what? The house always wins, and the house is father time.
All right, cut that there. It was a quick one. I didn't pause because I was mostly just listening to what he was saying and kind of taking it in. So we can discuss this afterwards. So first things first, fresh and fit. I've already stated my opinion on these guys in previous videos I've done on them, covering them. But I will say this. Myron was being truthful with pretty much everything he's saying. These guys aren't dumb. They're smart. These guys are smart guys. Like, that's undeniable. They got a great channel going here. They got a great thing going on here with their show. They know what to say. They know how to get reaction and rises out of people. That's why the views are up. These guys aren't dumb. These guys are smart. They know what they're doing. I don't agree with everything they say. I do not. I agree with some of the stuff they say. I will say that, but I don't agree with everything they say. But I will say this. Unfortunately, what Myron was saying in this situation is true. For any ladies watching out there, and this, a woman's value, just on a general level, on a general everyday level, when you look at a woman, you're already looking at her, and that's what you're doing. You're admiring what she looks like, her beauty, things like that. And typically beauty, when it comes to, at least when it comes to ladies, I mean men too, but more so ladies, is associated with their youth. And when you're getting 30 is still young. I don't care what anybody says. 30 is still young. There's women out there who are 30 that look great. There's women out there that are 30 that look better than girls who are 21, 22, 35 even. But I will, once you start crossing over into your 40s and things like that, yes, you're gonna change. Your look's gonna change. You're gonna start to age more, especially after you've had kids and been through some life. Like, life happens and it affects us in all kinds of ways, and in a lot of ways it's physical. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being older. There's nothing wrong with getting older. There's nothing wrong with being an older woman. There's older women out there, gorgeous, beautiful older women out there, man. But The thing is, though, is unfortunately what Byron's saying, though, or sorry, Myron, what Myron's saying, talking about, hey, you know, as you get older, the suitors you have are going to decrease. That is true, okay? And if depending on the type of man you want, that's really going to matter. Because a guy with means, a guy with money, status, things like that, he has his pick of the litter. And if he has his choice to pick one, he's going to pick the prettiest girl he can. He's going to pick the most youthful, the one that he's going to, you know, especially if he's a guy looking to settle down, a guy looking to procreate, he's going to pick a young girl, no kids, pretty. That's what he's going to go for. Okay? It just is what it is. Life isn't fair. Okay? Life isn't fair. But what Myron was saying at the end about how, you know, we can look at a successful woman, a smart woman, a woman who has all these accolades and accomplishments, things like that, but we're still always going to come back to what she looks like. He's right. He is right. Okay. There's a reason when you watch movies or TV shows, if there's a female lead in it, she's going to be good looking. Okay. She's going to be good looking. Obviously, it depends on the type of movie, show, things like that you're watching. But 9 times out of 10, a female lead in something's going to be good looking. A male lead is going to be one of the more talented actors. We've seen tons of actresses that suck, but they get roles because they look good. When you're a lady, looks matter. They matter. They're at the forefront. They matter for guys too. But what do women say? Oh yeah, he's cute, but what is wallet like? Oh, he seems cool, but how much money does he make? What kind of job he got? Women care about money. Men are valued a lot of times based on their earnings, status, connections, things they can do. Okay? And a lot of the times women are valued on looks, youth, you know, their fertility, things like that. Okay? It just is what it is. Unfortunately, that's the game we're in. And you can even try and deny it and say, well, I don't look at it like that. But if you dig down deep in your head, you're going to realize you look at it like that. But ladies, make no mistake. Just because you aren't 21 anymore, 25 anymore, doesn't mean you're not valuable. Doesn't mean you're not for someone. Doesn't mean you're washed out or, you know, your time is up or... I'm not saying that. I'm not going to agree with that in the fact that, oh, if you're 30 years old, you're never going to find love, or if you're in a decent relationship, you should stay. No, I'm not going to say any of that. There's always outliers, okay? And on top of that, like, you got to do what you got to do to make yourself happy. But I also think you got to be realistic and, you know, do think before you just make impulse decisions, because a lot of times when women can be in a relationship with a guy, you know, from 25 up to 40, right? And everything was good. She's like, I'm sick of him. I'm doing good. I still look good. I can go and, you know, get me a new man or whatever. A lot of times, man, they get on this dating market at that age and they find out, man, this game is not that great. It's not that fun. So, guys, bottom line is, my conclusion is, I do think Myron made some good points. I really do. I think he made some factual points. I can't fully agree with everything he says because Myron just is kind of like an extreme personality when it comes to things. You know, it's almost like there's no gray area with him. It's either like, it's always black or white. Like, okay, if you're 30, you're washed up and that's that. You know, if you're 21, you look good. You're that. Come on, there's always more to a situation. So that's my piece. You know, coming back to their content, you know, they still run these big podcasts, a lot of people on, a lot of different opinions, personalities. They do have a nice little show going on. I can't say that they don't have a nice setup here, and it is still what it is. You know, I'll keep checking up on these guys, and we'll see what they got, and we'll react to some of their stuff. All right, guys. I am Dom Knight. This is Knight Talks. Fun as usual. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content, hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. That's also my social medias right there. Follow me on TikTok only if you want to. And I will be back soon. Peace.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post, the same now.